Don't be nervous. You'll be fine. Let's see, are we on there? Oh, you'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna lower the volume. We're gonna leave it like this so that we can watch the comments as they come in. Hey guys, we're gonna give it 2 seconds for people to jump on in. Okay, we can start it off with the laughing. Why can't I see it on my phone?
That's good.
Oh, that's not good. Maybe we need to move. That doesn't stop. If it's really loud and you guys can't hear us, please let me know in the chat because I will literally move this live right now.
Who's that?
I don't know what that is.
The garage? I think you just
like
came on
compressor.
as soon as we went live.
That way?
Literally
I know.
just came on now.
It wasn't like that before. Hi, John. John, can you hear me or is it just like really loud? Tasha, can you hear me? Oh, it stopped.
Okay, we're good.
That was weird. All right, guys, can you hear me? Hi, Amador. Did I get that correct? John, you can hear us. Okay, cool. So we are on with Theo. As you guys know, I'm out here in Australia, and I met Theo. I didn't really meet him. I guess I met you here in Australia, but we got to chatting before I came to Australia. We're part of the same couple of the same circles, and once I got out here and met him and heard about all the stuff he was doing and accomplishing, I conned him into coming in on a live with us. So
Thanks, Steph.
you're welcome. So yeah, we're gonna give it like 2 seconds to join in. What's up, Chris? John says it's good. Tasha's on. Cool, guys. So let's just get to the beef. Why don't you just start telling everybody, because I guess we've talked about it, but telling everybody kind of your marketing background. How did you get started? Maybe you weren't starting in marketing. Maybe you started somewhere else. And how did you get to where you're at now? And what are you doing now?
Awesome. So how I started was I started in pretty much web design before I got into marketing. So from a young age, I was actually building websites on HTML, and I thought that I was pretty good at that.
If you guys can't hear Theo, let us know, because you're not as loud as I am.
Okay. Can you guys hear me all right? Or
yeah, but there's a delay, so just keep talking.
how's it going, Chris? Yeah, so I started off in pretty much web design before I got into marketing. So I went to uni and I learned about multimedia. I did web design at university, and then I started doing that for pretty much other people in Melbourne. So that's pretty much where I started off. And then from web design, I actually had a lot of clients ask me, can you actually do like online marketing? Can you get us more leads? Can you get us more business? And then from there, that's where I started doing my marketing, and got more into more digital marketing and getting leads for clients.
But did you like start straight out into digital marketing, or did you do like some traditional marketing first and then digital marketing?
Pretty much, I went straight to digital marketing before I did anything else. I just always found that digital marketing was the best way to go, especially when I was doing websites and working online. I found that a lot of people were doing traditional marketing, so flyer drops, TV and radio and ads and stuff like that, but they just weren't trackable. So I started looking more into digital marketing, for example, like SEO, Google AdWords, and Facebook ads, and that's when I saw that there was a big gap in terms of what they're doing and what they could do better.
So I know you're doing Facebook ads, but you mentioned Google ads. Are you still doing Google ads?
No, so what happened was I was doing Google ads, but the price got really expensive, so it wasn't really worth it for local business. I was also doing SEO. So my story with SEO was that I actually had a cleaning company when I first started, and when they were getting on the first page of Google, after about 3 months of doing backlinks, using Ahrefs, and just doing the manual outreach that we were doing, and then after a couple of months, ended up going on third page out of nowhere because the Google algorithm changed.
Yeah.
My client was pissed off, they were really upset, so I was like, that's a different way to sort of do digital marketing. And that's when I sort of stumbled upon Neil Patel and his sort of Facebook ads. So I started learning Facebook ads, and that's when I started getting to local generations, doing ads for local businesses and getting links through Facebook rather than SEO and Google. So,
It's difficult to hear you. You gotta speak up.
you can't hear me?
No, you gotta speak up.
Can you guys hear me now?
Well, keep going, but yeah, you gotta
Okay.
speak up.
Awesome.
Or move your chair closer.
Awesome. Move closer.
And
That's
talk
all
into the mic.
right. Yeah, cool. So I started doing Facebook ads, and I found it much more effective than actually SEO or Google.
That'll work. Keep
Go
going.
there.
It's alright.
Yeah.
There you go. That's probably
So
better.
I found it much more effective than SEO or Google because you can track things a bit better on Facebook, and you can also I was also getting a much cheaper click per conversion. So I was getting like $5 clicks per lead. So for a phone number and an email, I was going for like $5 instead of paying hundreds of dollars through Google AdWords. So that's why I sort of went towards Facebook than anything else.
Yeah. Google's way too expensive.
Way too expensive.
Yeah.
And it's just the amount of targeting options you have on Facebook is much higher than on Google AdWords and SEO as well.
So I'm just gonna say hi. Chuck jumped on, Chase jumped on, Ross jumped on, Shiva. Tell me if I'm saying that wrong. Shivang, or I say Shiva. You guys are in Perth. No, we're here in Melbourne, Australia. You actually live here?
Yeah, I live in Melbourne.
Yeah. So Theo is based out of Melbourne. I'm obviously, you guys know, I've been here for almost 2 months now. I leave next week. But I get back to Miami for like 10 hours, and then I get on a plane to Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, for another week for a wedding. So yeah, I'm all over the place. But no, right now we are not in Perth, we're in Melbourne. So yeah, we were talking about, Simon jumped on, Kennedy jumped on. So we were talking about how you started with Google AdWords. You were doing it for a business. It got really too expensive. SEO just started pushing back after the algorithm changed. I know I've had clients that have told they've been doing Facebook ads for a while for me, but they're like, oh, everybody's talking about Google. I want to do Google. Do you know how to do Google? I'm like, I don't know how to do Google. Everybody knows how to do Google, but it's not worth the money. And they're like, no, but I still want to try. I'm like, well, if you want to blow your money, I'm not going to argue with you, right? Exactly.
Exactly right.
So what I did was I ran the exact same ads on Facebook that I ran on Google, and I created like a graph chart for my clients that they can actually see which leads were coming in from where. And Facebook was like 3 times more than Google was at like a quarter of the cost, like to the point where my clients have never asked me to run a Google ad ever again. So yeah, so let's talk about why we're here, which is your sold out events, right? So I had put down that Theo has sold over 1,200 tickets online. He sold out the event in 2 of Australia's largest cities, which was Sydney and Melbourne, right?
That's correct, yeah.
And he sold over $20,000 in private dinner bookings, which was really cool. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, and then you can tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now. So
awesome, cool. So I was referred to by another client to actually do an event for. So this company that I got, sorry, take that back. So this company that I got,
rewind
rewind a little bit. They're actually an event company, so they actually bring down famous people from America down to Australia, and then do shows. They do like seminars, they do like martial art training with these guys. They do like talks, private dinners. So they're just an agency that sort of bring down famous people to Australia. The latest work we did was for George St. Pierre, which is like a famous UFC fighter. I'm not sure if anyone knows of him.
John St. Pierre.
George St. Pierre.
George St. Pierre.
They call him GSP.
JSP. I don't know who that is. If you guys know who that is, feel free to comment. Yay, JSP, but I have no clue. I'm not into the fighting thing, so I have no idea.
Yeah, well,
I'm into like the wine and
the
wings, the wings that you eat as you watch fights, but that's about it. So yeah, okay. So they bring celebrities down.
Yeah, so they bring down celebrities and they do heaps of shows. So they before they sort of approached me, they were doing like radio and TV. They were doing a little bit of Facebook ads, but you know, as everyone does, they sort of just do a few boost posts and they just sort of do some war posts. I'm like, Facebook ads don't work, sort of thing. So they approached me and we had to sit down.
So wait, I'm gonna interrupt you. So what he just said, guys, happens all the time. I think every time I interview a client in the like my onboarding, or not my onboarding, but what I called mind hacking interviews, to where they end up signing on as a client afterwards, the first thing they always say is like, yeah, I did Facebook ads, but it didn't work. So at first, most of you guys have seen you're turned away by that, but what you should be doing is asking, okay, so when you say Facebook ads, what do you mean by that? Like, did you post something on a wall and click a button at the bottom that said boost? Or did you go into a back end area where you had to use targeting and radiuses and age and all? And they're like, oh no, yeah, I did the first one. I didn't do the second one. And that's when you kind of clarify. It's like, yeah, I don't do that baby stuff. I do the much more advanced stuff that you just don't know about.
Exactly
So
right.
yeah, go ahead. So that happens all the time, guys.
So yeah, so I was like, let me have a look at your Facebook ads. So I knew like TV and radio, like it's very hard to see the ROI on that. So I was like, at least let me see what you're doing for Facebook ads. And yeah, as I saw, they weren't really doing much in sort of targeting, split testing, and sort of really diving into the back end of Facebook and going and using actual capabilities of it. So I was like, okay, there's a lot of sort of room for improvement, and there's a big opportunity they can sort of use it for Facebook. So the first thing I sort of did was I did research on actual celebrity. So I want to know why everyone sort of loved him because, like, as Stephanie was saying, like she wasn't really into much UFC. Like I have a background in mixed martial arts and sort of fighting, but I don't really watch UFC like much at all. I just don't really watch much TV, to be honest. So first we did some research. So we did some research on YouTube, found out who he was, why people love him, what his best fighting style is, and we did that for the first couple of days before we did any sort of create any sort of ads. And then from there, we started doing the targeting. So how we did the targeting is that we started doing an interest at a time. So he has a really big fan base. So he had like over a million people, I think, on his fan base. So we started off with actually his actual name, so which was George St. Pierre. And then we sort of went down to martial arts, other famous fighters, UFC, and did an ad set of each interest. So we did one ad set, George St. Pierre, one ad set, martial arts, one ad set was UFC. And we'll see which ones are working the best. And which ones were, we sort of bundled them up, and which ones wasn't, we just stopped it completely. So that's the ad set sort of targeting of things, and that's how you sort of get a really good targeting. What's called targeting like targeting the right people for
Like the
the
behaviors and
behaviors. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting the best bang for your buck. Um, and then from there, we started doing the creative. So what we did for creatives was we actually did 3 creatives for each ad set.
So wait, because his Australian accent gets me sometimes.
Yeah.
You did 3 what?
So 3 ads. So
3
yeah,
ads.
3 ads.
3
Creative.
different creatives is
Yeah,
what you. Okay,
yes, 3 different
gotcha.
creatives, yes. So we did 3 of those, right, for each different ad set, and that way we can sort of test which one's working, which one weren't.
Yeah.
At the same time, the awesome thing was that we could start seeing as we're running what kind of ages and audience was actually looking at the ads. And that's the cool thing about Facebook, right? You can't really do that with radio or TV. I mean, with radio and TV, you just sort of throw an ad
Yep.
and you hope for the best and you wish that,
And you pay a lot of money.
Exactly.
I mean, my radio, I used to run radio all the time and television. Television was ridiculously expensive. But radio, you could probably get away to be effective enough, $2,500 to $5,000, depending on the event, obviously. And I used to run radio ads for events,
Wow.
local events, and it's just I even did it for my local business, but it's just so expensive, it's ridiculous. So it's easy for you to go to a business or an event and say, hey, spend $1,500, $2,000 with me in ad spend. Routinely per month versus what they were spending in radio and television. So that's why I always say, like, one of the best ways to find clients is look outside, look at the people that are advertising on a billboard, on a bus, on the radio. They're paying a lot of money, guys. I promise you, it's really, really expensive, to the point where all these radio stations and television stations are creating these departments within their companies, which are digital departments. The problem is they're still way behind the times and they're trying to catch up. So we all have the advantage right now, and you guys should be taking advantage of that. So the best way, if you don't know where to get clients or where to look for clients, is look outside. Look at a bus. Look at a billboard. Billboards are expensive. Radio is expensive. Television is expensive. Magazine ads alone are expensive. You know, if you run a full page ad, you're looking upwards of over $1,000 for that full page ad. Maybe if you're lucky and they wheel and deal you a special. They always like to throw in these specials, but in reality, they can cut to any price they want. It's just really expensive. So it's an easy sell digital marketing when you can get much more leads and it's trackable.
Exactly right. And that's exactly it, Stephen. I mean, the most important part, I think, in marketing, and that's what I found out, that it's trackable. And when something's trackable and you can actually just get data back on what you're doing, you can optimize and improve it, right? When it comes to, as you said, those sort of things, you can't really improve what you're doing. It's sort of like a hit and miss. If you do radio ads, for example, you're getting people which are not even interested in really trying to sell. It's just a waste of money.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? But people aren't aware of the capabilities of actual Facebook and being able to do these really highly targeted ads and be able to optimize along the way.
Yeah.
I truly believe that if you set up your advertising in the right way, where you're tracking each single process of every step of the way throughout the whole funnel,
Yeah.
you cannot screw up your advertising. Like, you're going to get a return on investment, no matter what.
Your
So
fastest return on investment is in digital marketing right now. And look, like John just said, great information. Just talked to a client who paid $2,500 for radio. Yeah, that's the average, John. To be effective, I used to pay $2,500 to $5,000 a round, and that was only for 2 weeks worth of promotions, by the way. So $2,500 would probably get me 2 weeks and that's just like not hardcore banging it out. I used to work for Jungle Island, and they spent, God, I don't even know, upwards of $10,000 a month in radio, and they're still doing it. They just don't know any better. But so yeah, that when you want to look for a client, go to those old outlets, and it's an easy sell after that. And like he said, trackable. You can kind of, like I used to do also for my clients, the mailers, the mailers in the mail. You can track it by putting a call tracking number on it and knowing that, but it's still not the same kind of data. It's definitely not the data you're gonna get on with Facebook ads. Yeah, there's no way to compare it.
Yeah, like for example, what's started growing as ads? Over time, I started seeing that the age, the best age where people interacted with the ads was 35 to 44, and we found out that they were men. I mean, any market will know that men care about UFC more than women, right? But like,
hence, here's your customer research right
yeah,
here. I don't care.
So, yeah, and they wanted to run ads to everyone. Like, they're like, we want some females. They'll buy for their boyfriend. I'm like, the data shows that only men are buying it. Why would you want it to females? Maybe lay it down the track. Let's get this funnel working all the way through, and then we can sort of target females afterwards.
Did you run it to females yet or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm actually curious, because women do, like, I buy gifts. Like,
Yeah.
I bought one of my boyfriend's Red Hot Chili Pepper like floor tickets, and I don't like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I even bought him 2 tickets so he could take his sister, and he's like, "Are you sure you don't want to come with me?" And I'm like, "No, you go have fun." So, but I still bought it for him, So I don't know. It's a thought.
Look, here's the thing, right?
Don't cancel out us women. We make the buying decisions in houses, by the way.
Here's why I stopped, right? Here's why I stopped, because we're actually going against another company called I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say it.
You don't have to. You can say like AB
No,
company,
I'm going to
whatever.
say, you know what? Because like, they actually wasted these guys' money so bad.
Okay.
Like, so bad, right? They spent like $2.5 grand and sold like 1 ticket.
And then like 6 people on my live are really
Okay,
care.
that's all right. I'm sure you can go big anyway, so a lot of people will see it. Anyway, so I was competing against this company called Ticketek. If you're in Australia, Ticketek's like one of the biggest companies.
Oh yeah, I just bought from them.
Yeah, they're huge, right? Like,
for the races, I bought my tickets from them.
Nice. Well,
yeah,
everyone goes there to buy their tickets. So you think that these people have some sort of experience in, selling tickets and using social media to sell tickets.
No.
So the company at the time, they also hired me. They also hired Ticketek to make Facebook.
So Ticketek is similar to a Ticketmaster in Miami, in the States, guys. It's actually very similar. So it's pretty much like where all the events and shows and everything, the tickets are run through. So think of Ticketmaster, Ticketek's the same thing. Yeah. So that's who he's talking about is his competitor, I guess.
At the time, they were the other guys doing the Facebook ads, and that's who we're competing against. So they were running the ads, and wow, like seriously, like they were targeting like 18 to like 60, male, female, just ridiculous, really broad range. And just the ad copy was like, come to George St. Pierre's seminar, and like a smiley face or something. It was just really, really poorly done, right? And then we waited a week, and we're like, what's going on? We're going to ticket sales, like what's been sold? They're like, we sold like 1 ticket. And then I'm like, okay, well, I can sell my data, like mostly males 35 to 44 are buying tickets. That's where we're getting sales from. I can show the conversions right here on my back end dashboard, right? And then they're like, but we sort of noticed that females are buying tickets for the men. But I'm like, you have no ticket sales. How does that make sense? Like, what you tell me doesn't make any sense. Then they run the campaign through with male and female, any age, and end up selling like 3 tickets for $2,500.
Say that again. You sold 3 tickets?
They sold 3 tickets.
Oh, they sold tickets. They sold 3 tickets.
They sold 3 tickets for $2,500.
$2,500.
Yeah.
So $2,500.
Yeah, that's it.
3 tickets for $2,500 total or each?
Total.
Okay, $2,500 total. Okay, so that's all Ticketek sold. 3 tickets.
Yeah, so they made back like $200.
Yeah.
Which is like a big failure, right? Like, you think that if you're doing so bad at Facebook, you should sort of optimize and see what's going on, but they didn't.
Okay. So what did you do?
So after that happened, I mean, they sort of gave us more budget. So we kept going on what we were doing. So we'll keep testing different audiences, keep testing different ad targeting. And one of the biggest things we did was that was sort of massive conversion was creating landing pages. Because as you were saying, like Ticketmaster and Ticketek, I'm not too sure what Ticketmaster's website's like, but Ticketek is really bland. Like you go on there and you don't know how to sort of
Navigate.
navigate through. Is
Yeah,
I think,
Ticketmaster is much more advanced, I'd say,
yeah.
than Ticketek.
How'd you find
Um,
Ticketek jumping on it?
it's more of I just went to the Flemington race courses, and
Yeah.
that was the link that they provided. So it was through the Flemington race courses.
Okay.
Actually, Tasha found me the link.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Ticketek page wasn't very like sort of laid out properly. I mean, people want to know more about the event, more about the prices, what prices, the best prices were. So I created and ended up creating two landing pages, one for Melbourne, and one for Sydney. Right. So instead of the ad going
And wait,
from
you made the landing pages through ClickFunnels, right?
no.
Oh no! Oh, that's right. You didn't. That's right. Okay, this is why I was happy because you didn't make it through ClickFunnels. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So we did at the start, and then after I changed to WordPress.
And why is that?
I don't want to have ClickFunnels. I just
Why? I do it all the time. My group knows that I hate on ClickFunnels all day. They know I'm gonna go to ClickFunnels just to network with everybody, but I'm not actually gonna like go for ClickFunnels.
I love ClickFunnels, right?
Yeah.
I love the people in it. I think
Yeah,
it's an
yeah.
awesome group and an awesome
I
community.
think the tribe is what's amazing.
The tribe is
So I
amazing.
absolutely do not hate on the tribe. I love the tribe. I think that's probably the best thing. That's the only good thing about ClickFunnels, really. But everybody who knows me, especially my students that are in my course, we do not use ClickFunnels. I'm the one person that teaches you not to use ClickFunnels. So y'all good. I know everybody already says they're gonna tag him and like tattle on me, but I don't care.
So look, the reason why I didn't use ClickFunnels is because I have knowledge in WordPress. So I can't really see the reason of why I'm actually paying the money while I can design my own pages.
And are you having to pay for WordPress or no?
No, it's free.
It's free.
You pay like $30 for the theme, and it's free.
Yeah.
So you can just pretty much
much more cost effective when you're running your own business.
Much more cost effective. You know what? Like me personally, I think I can make much nicer designs.
Look who just jumped off.
Jeff Miller.
I got to him first. Beat that. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, I thought so I used WordPress to make the design. So here's the thing, like once we made the actual designs, we saw a massive increase in sort of conversions instead of Ticketek. And here's why. Here's why what I found out. People gone on the ad, right? They've seen the ad on Facebook, which was by the company. I'm not gonna say its name. They'll see the company name and it'll go to Ticketek. And that's a bit confusing, right? For the person who's not very experienced with computers, you're like, okay, I just clicked on an ad and I'm on a whole different website. What's going on? People might not know about Ticketek. So what I did was I created two landing pages, one for Melbourne, one for Sydney. Once they click through to Melbourne, I'll say, hey, choose your Melbourne tickets. So they know exactly where they are. They know what city they're in. For the people that are sort of aware with with Facebook and how the internet works, they have a clear understanding of where they are. I had a beautiful design. I had all the packages, what you get. And
so you know what city you're in. Like you don't feel like you're being spammed or taken somewhere else. Like
exactly right. Like if you're going to give out a credit card information, I mean, you want to know exactly where you clicked on and where you're at. It's really important for you to know exactly where they're sort of landing once they click on the ad.
Yeah. And you're collecting their credit card information through the website?
No. So here's the other part. So instead of actually collect before you actually collect the bank dealer for the website, they want to use Ticketek. So what we did was clearly said, click on this link and you go to Ticketek. This is our partner company for taking credit cards and whatnot. They click on that, then they go Ticketek and they buy tickets. But this process sort of helped the conversion increase by a lot because, as I was saying, they sort of know like where they're landing, they know what they're getting. It's just laid out much better for them this way. It's a better user experience.
So it's kind of like when I tell you guys or especially my students or even you guys, when you run an ad and you take them to a separate landing page and the separate landing page looks nothing like your ad or anything relatable, or they feel spammed and they feel like, oh my God, what's this third-party spammy website you're taking me to? And now they're like, the last thing they're going to do is give you their credit card information. So that's why I've been pushing lead generation ads for about 6 to 8 months now. I think everybody's just now starting to catch on to that, but I've been running them for a really long time now. I started running them back in the day when they first came out, which were terrible. Now I'm actually really happy with them, to where you can essentially create your own funnel within Facebook. So because of that sense, right, that people don't feel spammed because they're staying within the same platform. So if you're building, let's say you're not going to do a lead gen form, you're going to do lead gen ad, you're going to do the same thing he is. You need the landing page you build. There's a branding aspect of it. You need to translate the brand from the ad to the funnel to the thank you page. Like the brand needs to speak across the board.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that has to do with colors, that has to do with images, that has to do with verbiage, everything across the board.
Exactly right. And not only that, the cool thing was um, we could track who was going to the landing page and who wasn't, and what was happening from that point. So we had another whole sort of tracking option where we could see who's dropping off from there and who's dropping off from Ticketek. So we could see exactly what's going wrong. The other issue was with Ticketek was setting up the tracking on their website. They did it wrong, so the data was wrong as well. So I want to keep it more to ourselves, and that's sort of why I went to landing page. You just sort of track things a bit better.
Okay, cool. And so how'd you sell the tickets? Let's get to the meat and juices of it.
Okay, awesome. So we ended up, as I was saying before, we ended up testing a lot of different audiences, a lot of different sort of creatives. And then once we found the winning one, we literally just ended up increasing the ad spend from there. They ended up we're selling like about with 20 or 30 tickets a day. And then that was awesome, but
And what was the average cost of a ticket?
a couple hundred.
$200. So it's
Yeah.
not a low ticket item,
No,
guys.
it's not.
Yeah.
So he was really happy with that, right? My phone was wrapped. He was over the moon with that. There's like, Theo, like we need to sell more tickets like for dinners. And the dinners, mind you, are like $1,500. And what you get is you get to sit down for a private dinner with the celebrity George St. Pierre. So I'm like, wow, like I'm gonna sell a $1,500 product. So you say $1,500?
$1,500, yeah.
Okay,
What were you gonna
$1,500,
say? Like
1,500.
1,000? You can say that too.
It's a $1,500 product. So I'm like, wow, I'm gonna sell this online to a cold audience now. That's gonna be really, really difficult. So what I thought about doing was is finding these people. So I was thinking to myself, like I got to find these people. I got to find people interested that would even consider going to his dinner firstly and have this sort of money, right? So okay, cool. So what I did was I actually created a bot, a competition bot, where we'll give out one dinner if you sign up. So you go into a competition, it's a borrow bot, you put your name, email, address,
So a raffle giveaway.
a giveaway.
Okay.
Yes, it was a giveaway.
I'm the
bot.
translator, guys.
It was a giveaway bot. So everyone sort of signed up, and we were getting signs for about 50 cents.
Okay.
Right?
Sign-ups for 50 cents?
Sign up for 50 cents, and they were giving their name, email, and number.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up running that for a couple of weeks. Ended up getting a couple of hundred sign-ups, and then from there, my client, he's actually really good at sales too. He'll jump on the phone to him and go, "Hey, I'm interested in getting this dinner, blah blah. If you buy right now, I'll give you a discounted rate." Ended up doing that way. Ended up selling like 10 or 15 dinners just through that, because people were interested in the dinner, regardless, because they were opting into the bot, right? So they weren't like they wanted to win, but if they didn't win, they also wanted to
buy it and still have the opportunity.
Exactly.
I mean, if I can get it for free, great. But if not, I mean, I'll still want to experience it.
Exactly right. Like if you're missing out because you're not going to go.
Yeah.
So once that we announced the winner, and then from there we gave them a discount voucher, and then my client ended up calling all of them and just selling them on the phone.
There you go. So once your client could get them on the phone, he could pretty much sell them.
Exactly
well.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think sometimes with Facebook, people try to go the hard way. They try to sell things without getting people on the phone. Especially when it's a high ticket item, it's extremely hard. I mean,
well, when it's a $1,500 item, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to get them on the phone for $1,500.
Yeah. So
I mean, if you guys have sold $1,500 ticket items without getting someone on the phone, please let me know. But it's not that easy.
Exactly right. There's so much adjustments, and with that time frame that we had, it wasn't going to happen. So I'm like, let's get him on the phone. Let's get my client on the phone. So he's a really good salesman, and he just sold it. That's the best way it worked.
Yeah. So that's the $20,000 in private dinner bookings. So for the private dinner bookings, guys, essentially he ran a contest saying we're going to give away a private dinner with such and such celebrity. Enter here to win. So he collected 50-cent leads by doing that, their email, phone number, and name. And by getting that list of a couple hundred people, once they did the giveaway raffle, then the owner would call all of them and just essentially pitch them and try to sell them the dinner on the phone.
Exactly right.
Cool. And then essentially you sold out the tickets using your funnel.
Yeah. So the funnel was very, very simple. I mean,
and you used a bot for that, or just a straight ad to funnel?
with the tickets, playing tickets,
Tickets, yeah.
that was just super fun. So what I was doing with the ads is, I wasn't only doing interest, so I would actually create a lookalike audience for a couple of different things, right? We did a lookalike audience for emails that you already had a database of,
How big was that database?
a couple thousand.
That's it?
Yeah,
Like 2, 3,000? That's it?
yeah, something like that.
That's not a lot.
A couple of thousand. But like I didn't. Okay, let me run through it, right? So we
Okay.
had the emails. I'll tell you which one was the best. So the email lookalike audience. So we had the lookalike audience from the website. So people that went onto the website but didn't purchase, and then we had the purchase lookalike audience.
Okay.
I want to see which one worked the best. So we started to split this between all of them, and when I find that the purchase lookalike audience was absolute killer compared to
So
everything
you
else.
made a lookalike audience based on people who purchased from him previously or currently? Currently.
Yeah.
So you had to have had at least 100 sales to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you guys know when you make lookalike audiences, you need at least 100 contacts to create that lookalike audience. So I guess that's really kind of you're creating like a retargeting lookalike type audience is what you're
Exactly, because
creating.
like the people that are taking action, they're clicking onto the website. I mean, that click on the website, they're purchasing. They're probably your best type of audience to go after. So you want
Yeah.
Facebook to find the similar audience to people that are actually purchasing.
Yeah.
And that's easier to do through an audience rather than it is to do through interest.
Cool. So if you guys have questions as far as events go and marketing for events and running ads for events, put them in the chat below. I know I saw a question somewhere here. Hey, Jay. Hey, Ken. Jay did an interview with me a couple weeks ago. Ken, Daniel, what's up? Jesse, a lot of my students are on here. Dallas, Monica, Alex, Rob, Ryan. Let us know if you have any questions in regards to events. I know I saw one earlier here. Chris says, how do you convince owners who are convinced on paying that much for Google AdWords? They come back to me saying that Google provides better leads. So I never ran into that. Every time I would run the ads through Google and Facebook, just even the quality of lead never went down. Maybe it's whatever your targeting is on Facebook that those leads aren't coming in well enough, but I don't run the freebie ads. I like the way he did it, where he did a giveaway and he still got $1,500 sales from it. So you did a giveaway of a really high ticket item. So the people who are opting into it want to win, but a good number of them are really interested in what it is. So that's a really smart way to do it. But when you're doing the free, just sign up and you get this for free, it just creates chaos. So that's like what I considered a shitty lead. But when I'm running ads that are $50 items, $124 items, like right now, $159 items, you're going to get a better quality lead. So I've never had that issue, Chris, honestly. It's just I've always been able to like triple the amount of leads that I can get them on Facebook than I could through Google. And maybe it's because I suck at Google. So you never know. It's really not. Google's not that hard to do. But it's just you guys know, and Facebook's much cheaper. Like even then I could still get you the same amount of leads, but the cost is going to be like $3 to cents. So it's just not comparable. So let's see if we have any questions. If you guys have questions in regards to, Ken says, hey, yeah, we were on what did we do, Ken, yesterday? We did a 2-hour coaching call, and then we did like a 2-hour automation call. Like yesterday was a really long recording day. But yeah, I think that's super cool. So why don't you talk to us? What is like something else maybe that's not event related that you had some success with, or something you're working on now that you're seeing is really working well?
Awesome. Let me answer Chris's question as well. So,
Okay.
because I was doing some work for an e-commerce company, and they were using Google AdWords, and they were using SEO, and they weren't using anything else for a very long time. So the awesome thing about Google AdWords is that people are searching for you, so you have a bit of a higher conversions in terms of Facebook. But the issue is that there's only a limited amount of searches that these people can sort of search for you. So if you look at Google Trends, for example, you can see you have 1,000 people searching for you. While on Facebook, you're sort of bringing your advertising towards them. So when we started going on Facebook and create a lookalike audience from data that we have from Google AdWords, we saw a much higher sort of increase in conversion and much more product being sold because we're reaching a much higher audience, a much larger audience
On Google.
on Facebook.
On Facebook.
On Facebook
Yeah.
rather than Google because you got to wait for Google the way people will search for you.
Yeah.
So it's a bit limited in that sort of sense.
Yeah. So you would still go with Facebook.
So Facebook, you have a much higher reach. You can do much more with the data, and that's how I tell my clients. I go to my clients like, we can get advertised towards the perfect customer to you on Facebook, and we have how many people on Facebook? A billion people.
Yeah, no, billions,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah,
Should I Google it right now?
it's just huge, right? So the potential to find more customers on Facebook is much higher than finding people on Google, because Google is just searching for you, and that's your cap pretty much.
1 billion.
1 billion.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that the customers on Facebook, you find more of them on Facebook as well.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us what you're working on now or something you've seen lately in the industry that's done really well. How long have you been doing digital marketing?
Now I've been doing digital for about 4 years.
Four
Yeah.
years.
So before that, I was doing more web design, and now I got into digital marketing.
Okay.
I started doing more Facebook ads. So I'm starting to sort of focus on more e-commerce now.
Yeah.
And that's where my main sort of bread and butter is just focus on e-commerce and getting my skills up best as I can get it.
And we talked about narrowing the focus of your agency as well, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
you want to talk about that because everybody can relate to that. I feel like everybody wants to, and everybody wants to do everything for your clients. They want a website, okay, I provide it. They want graphic design, okay, I provide it. They want SEO, okay, you provide it. Like, and you end up just stressing yourself out. You overwork yourself, and you're probably getting underpaid for the amount of services you're providing, right? So we talked about this. So why don't you share your experience?
So before I met Stephanie, I was pretty much doing everything for everyone. And I was doing websites, I was doing graphic design, I was doing just like everything that anyone sort of gave me. I was taking on all clients, like martial art gyms, I was taking on cleaners, I was taking on um, just
Anybody.
anybody, right? Like e-commerce cleaners, events, anybody that sort of, was going to give me a shot. And what I found was that I was spending all this time investing my time into these clients, and I wasn't really making much money because I wasn't really specialized in anything. Then Stephanie came along, she's like, so what do you like to do? I'm like, I love e-commerce, this is my thing. Like, I can understand e-commerce. When I read data, I know what's going on. I can look at a Facebook sort of account on e-commerce, or look at their website and know exactly what's going on and what's going right and what's to improve on. And she's like, just do that. Just focus on e-commerce, focus on med spas that you're good at,
Yeah.
and don't try to take on everything. So at the moment now, I'm actually moving away from websites completely and graphic design, because it's just like,
It's super time consuming.
exactly.
And the other problem is like you want more of a monthly retainer consistent
Exactly.
income versus websites are usually like one and done for the most part. So yeah, you'll charge them $5,000 out the bat, but then that's it. So until they need another service, you're not gonna be able to charge them for anything, unless you're charging them a monthly maintenance fee because they want you to update stuff all the time. But it's just very time consuming. And even I used to do graphic design for all my spas to the point where now I don't offer it. And if they really beg me, I outsource it on Fiverr for like I don't know how much, and then recharge the client much more.
Yeah, exactly. It's just,
But yeah, you got to narrow down because if you're an agency, especially if you're, so I'm specifically talking about one-man agencies, I guess. So if you're like me, I'm a one-man agency. Can you imagine with my 15 clients if I ran all their websites, all their graphic design, all their Facebook ads? Like I would not be traveling to Melbourne for 2 months. I would not be going to Punta Cana for a wedding next week. I would not, be able to up and go. And you've seen it, up and go whenever I want. You just can't do it. So that's the whole work smarter, not harder concept.
And the awesome thing about you is they give a system that works, and you just implement that system on your clients. And it's the same for all of them, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about web design. You got to worry about the branding. You got to worry about the colors. You got to worry about getting the content of it. There's just so much factors going on. While you have your system, just pretty much implement that for your clients across the board, and you're doing one thing. You know exactly what you're doing.
And actually, what I did for my students, I actually uploaded it yesterday for you guys, is because I'm all about also making more money on top of just your retainer, but in an automated way, right? So I have, I have what I charge, I have my calculator and what I charge for my retainer from Facebook ads and my automation system that goes along with it. But on top of that, I'll charge for social media marketing, which I shared with you the other day. I haven't touched it in 2 years, and you can charge monthly for it. A review system that ups clients' reviews every month. You're literally not even doing the work. The front desk is doing all the work. And you're going to charge them upwards of $300 for it. And I think I did the math that when I added all the bonuses that literally you kind of set it and forget it, you guys can be making upwards of $3,000 a month with your clients, and literally still only doing the Facebook ads portion of it. Like that's my whole how I like to work.
And less stress, right? You have to
It's
rely,
less stress,
you have to
it's
rely
less work.
on them bringing you content and then
Yeah.
change your color with butter
Yeah, because
or
that's the other
a
thing.
button.
You were
You know
talking
what I mean?
about, what was it, a franchise of pharmacies?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So we talked about franchise because we've been talking about a pharmacy and they want social media marketing. So Thea messages me and says, "Oh my God, they want the social media marketing." And I'm like, "Oh my God, didn't we just talk about narrowing your services?" He's
Exactly.
like, "Yeah, but whatever. How do you do?" Because he had heard me talk about how I put my social media marketing on autopilot, and I said, "You have to do it this way. If you don't do it this way, you're going to stress yourself out. It's not going to be worth the money." And it was where you have to, one, you have to agree on the content. So what you do is you agree on the content being generic content, like branding type content. You take 3 days out of your life. You can charge like a setup fee for it as well, like a content creation fee. You create content for 6 to 8 months. You put it in the system that I use, and it goes through like an auto queue line, and it auto just like queues up all the social media posts based on your tags. Now, if you sit there and do custom content as far as like specific, oh, this holiday season we're doing this and this special, or you add prices, now you're just going to have to be doing that all the time.
Exactly.
Versus
Yeah.
if you just do like generic branding type content, then that can be on auto run. And I always tell my clients, like, if you want specific stuff, you can go post it yourself. Like, I will do your everyday 2 to 3 posts, or every week 2 to 3 posts. But if you want something specific, just you physically go in there and do it. Like,
Exactly.
so you negotiate one side of it, and you still give them the ability to add on to it if they want. And now you're just making money doing that.
Exactly right. It's just especially when it's a franchise, right? You're trying to do a very different location.
So many locations.
You don't realize how much. Like if you, it's easy. Like yeah, it's easy to do, but it takes a lot of time.
No,
and
if you
time
have
is money.
10 locations, think about if you guys, I know the majority of you guys use Hootsuite and what's another one? Hootsuite, whatever. Let's talk about Hootsuite. You have to manually go into every location, every franchise, and manually post every post onto a schedule, right?
Yeah.
It's just a calendar, and you pick, okay, this day put this day do this. As opposed to what I do is, because it's a franchise, they all have the same branding, generic content, right? They can all repost the same content. My problem with my franchise is I did not want, a lot of the locations are very close to each other and they share audiences on Facebook. So I did not want them posting the same post at the same time every day. So like if this location posted about facials, I didn't want that same facial post on every location's page. And programs like Hootsuite, that's all they'll do for you. So then I finally found this program and process that I use, to where you upload it to like a queue line, you tag it however you want, and then you push this one button called shuffle, and it keeps your posts within the parameters that you set,
Cool.
but will shuffle it. Like if you say facial Fridays and you've uploaded 20 facial Fridays, on each franchise location, it's going to put a different facial post. So now you're not just being redundant all over the place, but you're still like being interactive and creative with their clients, and they're really happy about it. So that's what I was teaching. Yeah, they don't know what's going on, but you've only done the job once, is my point. Like I only uploaded it once, I only tagged it once, and now it's going across 15 locations. Like, and it's not being redundant, posting the same thing on all 15 locations on the same date and time. And
it's much easier.
But you have to do it that way. If not, I tell you, it's not worth.
Exactly.
It's not worth the money.
Yeah. Exactly. So for the first month, actually, with our farmers mainly talking about it, we started with a viral bot. So we started with a competition. And what these pharmacists do, they actually give out items from their shop. They give out like a TV, a blender.
What?
Yeah, they give out a lot of stuff.
How do I win this competition?
So what I did was actually create a viral bot, and I ran that into a local area on an engagement ad. And people will sign up with their name and emails, and they go into competition. They're really excited about it, and they'll also share with their friends. So it just sort of exploded, right?
Yeah.
And then on the day, we're like, you have to be there on the day to get the prizes. So
oh, you have to be there at the pharmacy to win?
You have to be at the pharmacy between like 1:30 and 2:30.
What? Did you put that like in the stipulation of the bot? Like before they gave you the information?
Yeah.
Okay.
Way before, yeah.
People probably didn't even read it though, is the problem.
They're excited about it. They saw TV, they saw PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even,
but now you've collected all this data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So collect all the data, got all the interest, and then the event was on a Saturday. So on a Friday, I'm like, hey, just letting you know, are you guys coming down? Just say yes or no.
You did like a broadcast.
Did like a broadcast.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they said yes, and then I ended up coming down. Now, the thing was that even though people came there for the TV, some people didn't win. That's all good, you know, it's all right. But at least I went down there. They saw the shop. They got branding, and they likely bought some stuff while they were there, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm already in the pharmacy and I need some stuff for the house, I'm already going to buy some stuff rather than there.
Exactly.
It's just convenience.
Exactly. And not only that, the actual owner gave out follow discount cards. So if I don't buy on the spot, they're going to come back within a week or whatever and buy their medicine and stuff like that.
Nice. So how many sales did they do?
Okay. First one, we've done 3 stores, okay? So first one was 32,000.
33,000.
32,000.
32,000. Sorry,
Yeah,
translating.
on the one day.
Okay.
The other one was 16.
16,000 another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one was 7.
7,000 another day. So that's over almost $50,000 worth of sales over a 3-day period.
Yeah.
For a pharmacy.
So that was 3 different locations, right?
Yeah.
So for each one, that's what it did. We found out that, and this is a hint for you guys. If you do run viral bots, just be aware that not every single demographic is exactly the same. So you might run it in one location and get a really amazing result, but then you might get a really average result. I mean, at the end of the day, you still made money on all of these, but he was expecting to make 30,000 for each one of them. I mean, like it's awesome you did, but it didn't happen. So it's just marketing, right? You can't predict something like that.
Also, if you just copy and paste your ad and put in like my franchise, if I put the same ad in Miami that I do in Connecticut that I do in Texas, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's really important to do your research and understand your audience in that area, so you know exactly what to sort of look for in a competition.
Yeah. So you're still working with them?
Yeah, I'm still working with them at the moment. We're talking about taking on 8 stores at the moment. So
nice.
Yeah, so I'm still in the process of writing up what I'm going to do for them exactly. I'm going to run their Facebook promotions, like all the promotions they're currently doing for newsletter drops and stuff like that, traditional marketing, for digital marketing, and do the social media. But as I said, like do it the right way.
Do it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Unless you're going to literally hire someone else to do it for you, I wouldn't. There it is again. Damn it. Guys, it'll go away in like 2 seconds. This happened when we started the live. But anyway, so I think you guys can still hear me. It's like some weird compressor that's back here. I don't know. Anyway, so let's talk about your goodies and giveaway. Like, what are you going to share with the audience? Because nobody comes on my live and doesn't give you guys anything. So.
Okay, awesome. So what I've done for you guys is I've actually given you guys...
You might have to like speak into it's so loud.
I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Do you both do customer research based on Ryan Levesque's Ask method? So I know what you're talking about, Jesse. That's, yes, Ryan Levesque, Ask method. Jeff Miller's the one promoting that too. I do it, but I don't run ads for it. I use my client's email base. Usually any client that has signed up with me has such a large email database that I'm able to run the customer research through there, and I get enough responses that you're just like, oh, like literally my last spa that I ran it for, I got over 100 responses off of one email. Every med spa, all my gyms, I've always gotten more than enough responses through the email. So I don't run ads for it, because the less I can waste their ad budget, the better I can use for my ads. But yes, I do. What do you do?
So for me, I also do the same thing. I do it for email. Don't have a database of people that are going to respond, so might as well do it through that. Yeah. They like the owner, so they'll be more than happy to give their information out. So that's why I'll do it as well. But the other way I do it is for a local business, if I don't really have an email list, what I do is I go on competitors' websites, I go on similar industries and check out their reviews.
Yeah.
You'll see exactly what people hate and what people like. I just love reading the reviews.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I hate their shipping. It took like 7 days,
That's the best way, going into the reviews of your competitors, guys. Like, if you don't have the ability to do customer research because you don't have the budget or you don't have the databases to do it, the best way is what he just said, the reviews. I've done that too, lots of times.
I love seeing them. So what I'll do is I actually put that into an Excel sheet, and then from there I just start bundling out all their pain points, whether it be shipping, whether they had the customer service, whatever it was. And then from there I just create an ad about all the great things that this one does do, this company does do, instead of the other company doesn't.
There's got to be like a software or create a software where it just extracts the reviews of whatever.
That's a good idea.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Nobody share that. Or create it and share it with me, and I'll give you full credit. But no, that big is pretty easy. Okay, cool. Anyway, so that's the customer research.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, you can hear us. Great insight. Awesome. Thanks. Cool. So what's the giveaway? What are you giving everyone for free?
So
I mean, that's why y'all are here, right? Not to hear us talk.
so
No, I'm joking.
the best thing that's working for me lately, I think, is messenger bots and getting those go viral. At the moment, there's like an 87% open rate, and it's free. I don't believe in the near future that messenger bots are going to be free because it's just so effective and everyone's using them. It's going to cost a bit of money, just like every other software does.
Well, it's free if you don't use the pro version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just they're going to bump it up even more, I reckon, once you start building a huge audience.
Yeah, because right now it's only $10, I think, or $15.
Yeah. I reckon they'll bump it up in the near future. So you can build a really huge audience on your messenger list, and from there you can get whatever you want. I mean, if they get on the messenger list, you can give them a giveaway for their email, for example, or you can promote all your stuff through messenger, and they'll see it because that's a really high open rate. And yeah, I just love it. So what I'm giving for you guys is a viral bot that you can pretty much take out and use for any sort of industry.
And that's the viral bot you used for these sold out events, right?
Yes, exactly what you for sold out events.
So you're gonna get the one that's sold over the dinner one, right? So that's sold over $20,000 in private dinner bookings.
Exactly.
So he's gonna give you guys that. You guys know that bots have been around for a little bit now, but I guess everybody's kind of on a bot high right now, and they're really blowing up. Even you guys saw me post last night. I created Fab for my student. What I call Fab. Fab is my friendly accountability bot for my students, where every week, once they opt in, every 7 days, my course is separated into 7 weeks, 7 modules, and then bonuses from graduation after that. And every week it will kind of keep them on track, say, hey, call the babysitter, take the next hour, and you're going to focus on the following. And Fab kind of just like guides you along your journey and your path to completing this course to make sure that you're excelling in your agency. The other thing I like about Fab is like you guys can turn in homework together. So like when I ask you to do things or I tell you create this, you might think, oh, did I do it correctly or did I not? I'm reviewing my students' homework essentially. And Fab's gonna get that to me. So yeah, I'm really excited about my bot, my accountability bot. I haven't seen it in any other courses. I was like, and I literally I finalized it yesterday. I named, you know what it is? I named her last night. So I felt like I gave birth. So I was just like so excited to share it with everybody. And can't wait till the students start using it and seeing like how much it's really gonna help, because I saw that it gave me the ability to give added tips and tricks in the bot that you're not getting from just watching the course videos.
It's very helpful.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Anyone's doing that at the moment, so
I haven't seen. The only reason I even created it is because from our first coaching call, everybody kept talking about accountability. Like, I'm not held accountable, and I buy all these courses because I have like shiny silver syndrome or whatever, and I don't want that. Like, I don't want people just buying it to buy it. Like, if you actually take what I'm teaching you and you apply it, you're gonna excel insanely. Yeah. Like you've already seen the inside of the course. Like, that stuff works. All you have to do is it's application. And I understand accountability so much. You guys don't even know. I struggled with that too. Even just launching the course, Jeff Miller's been yelling at me for months and months to do it. I still didn't do it. And until I got with Andrew's program, because he's running a group program, is where he's teaching you, he held me accountable. So that's when I really, really launched it and killed it with Tasha and Ivy, and we knocked it out in a week. But yeah, so that accountability is like really important. And the fact that I was like, how am I going to do this without like straining myself? Because think about it, if I was going to be there all day yelling at you, like, I won't function. I won't be able to do anything else. I won't be able to run my agency and my clients. So I figured the best way to do that was a bot. So perfect. I really like bots right now. So the fact that he's going to give you guys this bot that sold over $20,000 in private dinner bookings is pretty cool, because you can actually take it and apply it to different industries. You might get a bot that talks about like pharmacy, but in reality, it's just a promotion, and you can apply it to all different types of industries.
Exactly right. The flow is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So it's for all industries.
So can we start again now that I'm settled in? Yeah, Ken. Yeah, right. What's up, Nico's? Jerry. Hi, Jerry. We'll have a beer when I get back, or I'll drink wine, you drink beer. Sonia, Scott, Michelle. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, hashtag Fab, since that's the name of my bot, the friendly accountability bot. Hashtag Fab if you want Theo's bot. And we will make sure to get it over to you. That's the bot that sold over $20,000 in private dinner bookings. But hashtag below. If not, like, we're not going to know to send it to you, because I'm not going to send it. I don't know who's on the live now or not. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for this is Theo's official first live, guys. This is his first one. The one he's doing tomorrow is not the first one. He's gonna be on Jeff Miller's tomorrow, so you guys can definitely check. He's gonna be talking about more stuff.
More about e-commerce.
More about
Going
e-commerce.
into that.
They have different subjects. We battled about the subjects. But check him out on Jeff's page tomorrow too. So that'll be really interesting to hear about. And I'll chime in, or I'll tune in.
You better.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
How do I